Play a clip. Play a clip. We'd love to see a clip of that. So if you haven't been following what's going on, Kate Meaney, you know, she gets beat up by the internet, runs away. Her and her mom cry. She runs away. She gets her courage back, or she gets a new supply of pills and drugs and alcohol to guzzle down like a fucking coke whore. And she runs back to the Dabbleverse and dishes out some new information. I'll say this: the expediency with which all these idiots run and dish out the most intimate details of stuff they've learned about other people immediately is unreal. Chad Zumach, KB, Kate Meaney, John Melendez, Bob Levy. You know, when Bob and KV had that falling out, they went for the jugular like immediately. It was like the next day. They were like, your fucking wife, your daughter, your son, your fucking kid. Fuck you. Your wife's a whore. You're just like, oh, you guys were like friends yesterday? Like, Jesus. And it's again, people do this to me all the time. They go like, you know, why don't you go after Mike David? Why don't you go after Shuley? Why don't you? I don't know. Like I did consider those people like friends. So like it feels weird. It feels weird to me to attack any of those people. Like that's insane. It's insane. I can't help what anyone else does, but like I didn't have anything against Shuley. All that came out of nowhere. So I'm not gonna like just start attacking Shuley for no fucking reason. And just because you attack me doesn't mean, you know, I'm going to attack you. I don't really care. Feel free to attack. I've had my fair share of attacks. I can't really get all mad about it and stuff, you know, but, you know, like if I have a business and somewhat personal relationship with somebody, we talk off air, we talk, about things in person and stuff, and then it falls apart. Yeah, I don't feel the need to I don't feel the need to do it. People don't remember that Kate Meaney, out of nowhere, I didn't know who Kate Meaney was, didn't try to strike. She filed strikes against 5 of my videos and tried to get my whole channel removed. The whole channel. Because I was saying things about her she didn't like. Now, again, Kate Meaney's just made her entire career about saying shit she learns about other people, spilling Chad's intimate information, spilling KB's intimate information, spilling John's intimate information. Anyone who talks to Kate Meaney is just an idiot at this point. Anyone who talks to John is an idiot. Anyone who talks to KB is an idiot. These people will just immediately, when they're done with you, spill anything you've told them. Stevie Lou's another one of these guys. They can't wait. They can't wait to like turn around and use everything they've learned about you against you. They can't wait. And there's something about it that's disgusting. You know, like Kate Meaney is a drug whore. I mean, we know this. We've heard the stories. Pills, cocaine, anal. We've heard all the stories. John Melendez is out sharing all these intimate details of stories about rehab and drugs, and Kate Meaney just being a complete, you know, bottom of the barrel druggie. And he's out there just spilling it all immediately. And then Kate Meaney's over there spilling out all this, you know, anything bad John Melendez said, you know, using expletives or talking bad about his family or his children or his ex-wife. And it's just like, we all immediately like, just go to that. It's a sick. There is something we should step back a little bit and go like, that's sick. It is sick. It's not a world I want to live in. It's not a community or society I want to be a part of where everyone's just constantly releasing everyone's personal info, trying to get them. It's wild. It's wild. And again, somebody like April Emholt, it's a different story if she was a primary character on a show. And does Kate Meaney deserve everything she gets? Absolutely. She keeps running back for more. I've never seen anyone who's a more ill fit for this world who's convinced herself she should be a part of it. She's inviting herself to DabbleCon. People are asking if she's going to DabbleCon. Yeah, if somebody pays my way, gets me a hotel. No one's interested. Kate Meaney is a vapid whore. She's an empty vessel. She's a noodle-brained nitwit. She doesn't know whether she wants to be an actress or a singer or a comedian or a nurse. She's all over the place. Meanwhile, what she is a fucking waitress. What she does for a living, hello, part-time comedy club waitress. You might be saying to yourself, how does she afford an apartment? Tiny shit box as it is. You know, her apartment's sadder than Chad's apartment. How does she afford that on the Upper East Side on a part-time comedy club waitress salary? Oh, her mom pays for everything. Her stupid, mother, who was left by a gay man and has not had a relationship since, just hermited up in her little... and she just keeps spinning out about her daughter. Oh, my daughter, leave my daughter alone. My daughter. Your daughter's a drug whore. Your daughter's a druggy whore. Your daughter's a joke. Your daughter's passed around the comedy community like a fuck sleeve. She's literally like one of those pocket pussies at Lost and Found. Patrick, what one of those pocket pussies? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, where everybody just uses it and then turns it back in. Because nobody really wants to take it home. It smells and it acts funny. So they just return it back in, full of stew when they're done with it. Just full of chunks. So Carl's got Kate Meaney on over here. And, there's stuff I like about this and stuff I don't. One of them is all these guys treating Kate Meaney like she's somebody and she's done something. I guess she deserves kudos somewhat for recording Stuttering John in secret, I guess. Anyone can do that. So she has a bunch of tapes of Stuttering John talking shit about his family, anti-trans stuff, using the F-word gay slur, and all this type of stuff, and she recorded him in secret. And now she's going to release it all to make herself seem valuable to the Dabbleverse community. The problem is you're not valuable. Everyone's going to take what you have to give, and then they're going to toss you back out. You're not interesting or funny, Kate. The sad part about this is she thinks she is, and she thinks like doing things like this to ingratiate herself to the Dabbleverse community somehow give her, credibility among... Kate, you're not good. You're not funny. You're not interesting. There's a reason why every time you're on a show, it has... The only thing you have to offer is sex stories about yourself or something you did to someone else like Stuttering John to try to make yourself more popular. In a way, the fact that she did this makes me dislike her even more. It's just disgusting. It's pandering. It's nonsense. And then Carl and Shuli have her on, point dabble point, of course, because she got Stuttering John. There's going to be a big laugh. And, and I do get it. I'm not trying to take away from she got John, but anyone who thinks this conflates this with like giving Kate Meaney some sort of credibility or value in this community, it's misguided at best. By the way, Carl, I know you did it again. Carl asked me last week if I wanted to be on Point Dabble Point, and I was like, I got to do 2 shows Friday, so I can't be doing 3 shows Friday. I'm still trying to get caught up with all this aftermath hackamania stuff still. But then I turn on Point Dabble Point and Shuli again. Stop trying to trick me into going on shows with Shuli, Carl. One other time he asked me to be on Point Dabble Point. And again, I'm not really a John guy, so I don't know what I'd have to offer. I don't really have a lot of John opinions or stories. I don't know the guy. I don't care. I really don't. But Shuli was going to be on there and you wanted me on? Come on. Stop trying to hook me up with Shuli. Stop trying to hook me up with Shuli, Carl. Leave me alone. What's the deal? I pop on there and then you pop Shuli on too? Or Shuli's already on and I pop on and it's like, fuck, you got me. What am I going to do? Shuli's always on point, dabble point. He's the co-host. That's not the way it used to be. Shuli used to host it one week and Carl would host it one week and he would alternate their channels and stuff, right? But it also used to not be a clip show and now they show clips. It was going to be a roundtable discussion about Stuttering John. We weren't going to show clips. They were just going to recap the week. But now it's just another Stuttering John clip show. Shuli's an untalented hack with no talent. You already said that part. I don't know. I don't want to keep being tricked into. And look, I know I go to DabbleCon. Shuli's going to be there. I don't have a I'm not unable to be in the same room with the guy. But like, we have an issue. So like, there's not going to be a thing where like we both pop up on a stream and everything's going to be all cool all of a sudden. Stop trying to get me on.
Before we, get to me.
So that's that right there. That little affect shows you who she is. She thinks she's like hot shit. Meanwhile, she's Summer Sinclair. She's April Brooker. You hear it in her voice. I'm Summer Sinclair. I'm from New York. I'm here to audition for the part of Vanilla Pieces of Shit. Okay, before we get to me, you hear it in her voice, her little shitty New York attitude. The minute her mom's money's gone, this bitch is on the streets.
A week with John Melendez. But before we, get to me.
Before we, get to me, she's the big star of the show. I've been recording John Melendez for weeks, told everybody about it, everybody knew. But now I'm a big star and I'm in demand because I've got all these tapes of John. I'm not kidding you. I don't care. This doesn't impress me. And again, a little bit of it, I find it sick. A little bit of it, I find it like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Somebody told me I should read out this message to John.
Okay.
I'm not here to play games anymore.
By the way, when you have to read a threat like this, an intimidating little soliloquy like this, the only thing that could make this gayer and less threatening is if you're Mersh and you put that red background and that shitty music behind it. Let's hear you read your threat, honey.
Okay.
I'm not here to play games anymore. He is now going to face consequences and repercussions that he will never be able to recover.
And by the way, she went to private school, $50,000 a year. I didn't know that you learned to read staccato. By the way, he is about to face repercussions, the likes of which he's never seen before. Okay, honey, you did good with your reading.
I'm not here to play games anymore.
I'm not here to play games anymore.
He is now going to face consequences.
He is now going to face consequences
and repercussions that he will never be able to recover.
That he will never be able to recover. He is about to face consequences and repercussions that he will never be able to recover.
Let's see if his family believes all the recordings about them, or are me just planting fake seeds.
Great stuff, Kate. She had to read that. She's like, let me start out by reading this awesome thing.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa. See, Carl has to do a fake wow, and then that's Shuli's symbol to be like, oh, is that it? Whoa. Nobody even knows what
this is what I was hoping for, because he did threaten you quite a bit on his stream yesterday.
Yes.
He made it clear that he was going to drop an arsenal on you, but he already did, because this is the thing. I'm so irritated with what John did to you. He called up your mom. Coming. You knew that he was going to call your mom and grandparents to say you needed an intervention and that you were a prostitute?
Yes. And he called my mom while she was in Paris, like probably at 11 o'clock his time, 5 a.m. her time. And she was like, I just got a call from John Melendez, but I didn't know who he was. I mean, the man is out of his mind. And I know the three of you have questioned, why would a 24-year-old have conversations with this man? Well, I'd like to ask you three the same thing.
Oh, no. I have the answer. It's all she does. She loves relationships with older men who can do things or give her things. Yeah, I'll answer that. I know what you're thinking. Why would I talk to an older man like this? Oh, it's all you do, Kate. It's all you do. You talk to Chad for hours and hours and hours. He's an older man. Alex Stein, all these other fucking losers, you know? Gino Bisconte, Kiki. Before that, Dove Davidoff and stuff. Oh, no, you're into old men. It's like, what were you doing? Oh, you're into old men. That's what you were doing. I mean.
Why do you want to listen to him? How awesome do you think his stupidity sounds via phone call? Would I rather hear his private info or what Shuli has?
Yeah, 100% it's her dad. 100% it's her dad. She's just chasing old men to try to get validation from some straight dad she never had.
To say about what he assumes is his private info.
That's
right. I've got all of it. This is off the record. And John, this could be a lie. But I have a lot of secrets of yours that you may not want to hear.
See what I mean? So she recorded him saying all this stuff, and now she's like threatening him. And it's like she's too dumb to understand she's tiptoeing on the edge of blackmail, which is a crime. She just to zoom out on how this all started. Kate Meaney tried to strike 5 videos on my channel because I was saying things about her she had said about herself, but didn't want repeated. She really thought no one should be able to talk about her. She tried this with Kiki and Gino. Remember that? She tried this with Chad. She tried it with KB. She tried it with John. Striking videos left and right. No one can say anything about her she doesn't like. Then she tried to threaten to dox little Limmy's children. Remember this? Where they go to school, what their names are. Insanity. She's allowed to do anything she wants, but you can't say anything about her she doesn't like. She can do anything she wants. You can't talk about her. And she'll record you and then go on a show and make threats like, I'd be careful if I were you. You wouldn't want this coming out. Careful. This is borderline blackmail, what you're doing. But you know everything. Carry on.
That.
This is a bombshell.
I have you using slurs. I have you dropping the N-bomb. I hear you saying F-bombs. I hear you saying transphobic rhetoric.
Wow.
So Kate Meaney is floating here because she's never been valued. You know, men want to come in her and on her and around her. Men want to use her for receptacles for their penis and their drugs. She's never really had value. She doesn't have anything anybody wants. And the sad thing is she thinks that somehow all of this means people want her around or value her opinion or think she's good at this, et cetera, et cetera. No, Kate. You are not close to talented. You're not talented adjacent. There's no chance of talent leaking over through osmosis. There's none of that. There's no talent anywhere around you. You have nothing to offer except for these tapes. And mark my words, Kate. Listen to me, you stupid slut. The minute you're done with all this, you'll be thrown aside again. Carl doesn't give a fuck about you. Shuli doesn't give a shit about you. The minute you're done with this, you'll be Subway gum again, okay? That's what you'll be. You're just New York garbage. By the way, New York garbage doesn't even belong there because you can't afford to be there. Even through all your coke whore dealings, you couldn't afford to be there. You couldn't find a man who would keep you in such esteem. So you better hope mommy doesn't die anytime soon and that the money you've been leaking away from your family's fortune for years and years and years doesn't ever dry up because, again, you can't sustain there. You don't have it. You're not hot enough. You don't know enough. You're not attractive enough. You're not street smart enough. You're too dumb to make it in New York on your own. The minute, I'm not kidding you, you stupid bitch. Think about what I'm saying. The minute your mommy is dead, you're out of there. You're out of there. You've got no friends, no family, no structure. We all know that you melt down 2 or 3 times a week and have to run home to mommy to drink wine and cry and dip into her medicine cabinet. Hello? We all know that. We all know that. We've heard the stories. Chad's told story after story after story about you running home and crying about Melton. John has now admitted that you won't ever stop crying about Melton. I ain't even done anything to you in the past forever, you stupid bitch. I'm just the only guy you can't work. It's the same with Steel Toe and the rest of them. I'm the only guy you can't manipulate and work. Shuli and Carl may sit around clapping like fucking seals and try to make you feel like you have talent or worth. You don't. You don't. You won't see it from me over here. I'm not. I saw somebody was like, wow, now Carl loves Melton and Melton loves Carl, and now Carl's friends with Kate, so Melton loves Kate. And this is, I don't. I think Carl and Shuli look silly. This is a stupid bitch. And by the way, you're hurting her. You're hurting her, dragging her into all this. Humoring her with all this, letting her become a part of this world again to be kicked out. How many times are we going to watch her get bruised and run and hide behind her mom and suck down enough wine to get enough courage to stick her toe back in the Dabbleverse? We've seen enough of it. We've seen enough. Let her go. Let her go. I mean, look, she doesn't deserve any of this. But she's a dumb, stupid bitch who just keeps getting into trouble she shouldn't be in. And dragging her in here, making her feel like she has something to offer, or she's part of this, or she could be witty or funny, or add to a show. It's stupid. It's so dumb. She's not good. She's not interesting. She's not poignant. She's not thoughtful. She's not intelligent. She's not logical. She doesn't have any sort of angle on anything that's compelling. Let's stop acting it. What does she have? She has recordings of John you want to hear. That's it. That's it. Be honest with her. At least be honest with her. Don't pretend like when these recordings are done, we'll be having Kate on every week to get her opinion. You won't. You won't. The minute she runs dry of this, she'll have to run and get something else to bring. So she gets to be puffed up on this show and pretend like she's somebody and above everybody. It's just sad to watch. It's sad to watch a woman who doesn't know. No one respects her. No one values her. And the minute she's out of stuff to give, she'll be tossed right back.
Everything, John. I have everything. I have you calling Susanna a cunt. I have you talking.
This isn't even like, we all know this too. It's like not even, she's too dumb to know that what she has isn't that big.
About sending cocaine to Florida that you picked up at the pub from some grifter. So I know it all, John. I know everything in your life. Right. And if you want to go to my mother, go ahead.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Kate, that's blackmail. That's a crime. You can't do that. You can't say, I have all this damning stuff about you. If you do this, I'll release it. You can't do that. This girl went to private school. She went to private school and she doesn't understand when she's blackmailing somebody in public. I mean, fuck. Just the dumbest people. Remember, again, this is the girl who thought she could get a channel struck off YouTube because someone was talking about her. It's like Stevie Lou and his wife. They're talking about my wife. Oh, yeah? What did they say? They said I had a wife? Yeah, that's not talking about your wife then. I mean, fuck, are you dumb and weak?
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit him yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss, are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy, Patrick melting faces have you stacking an low point. It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. It'll make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the road. Or stupid motherfuckers just got NL loaned. Other radio shows are straight bitch mail prone. Talk shit on the youngins that nobody like past. Have my homeboy lame prank call him fast. Have him thinking that he hates him like right before he berates him. And the way that he baits him, put him right on blast. Like Patrick is an asshole and his show won't last. And every time I call, then he treated me